Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today I went ahead and bought a shield. Has 17 magic. Just be nice to hopefully get to the point where I can read teleport later. Have the rough bones here. I'll just need a few more pieces. I got this too, so... Or maybe I got this? I forget. Anyway, I gotta get rid of this. And I need to stash
Good
the
day.
shield.
How may I serve
Takes
you?
up quite a bit of room. Alright, where was I? I think there were just ranged enemies here. Oh wow. Well, there's not too much going on right now for the farm. Christmas time, so most people, rightly so, are hanging out with family and stuff, so not really much to discuss there. It's a little bit of talk about Firewall and, you know, whether or not it should be, I need mana potions. Whether or not Firewall and Lightning Wall should be castable more than one time. And I'd say there's benefits to both sides, where, I mean, it obviously makes the game a whole lot easier when you can cast more than two walls. Because with two Lightning Walls or two Firewalls at one time, you can pretty much give yourself a corner. But with a ring spell, you can give yourself a nice corner that can't be made with a lightning wall, but it's harder to aim. So it's kind of fun to, like, you know, have the pressure of like a million monsters coming at you and you're like, oh, I forget how many spaces away it is, and, you know, can I time it right, and is this corner suitable, and all that other jazz. So, I mean, I kind of like the idea of not having a more than one wall possible. But, you know, if you want to take that argument and say, well, you know, people don't really find it all that difficult to cast two, or I mean, a lightning ring in a corner. Then it would be like, well, what's the point of just making people have to step in a certain position just to get their little secluded bubble so that they can't be hit by lightning, damage-taking enemies. So, oh man, that was really hurt. It's like 38 damage a pop. So I can see that side of it. It's like, I think the mod already has a lot of things easy with it. I don't really think there needs to be too much more. If anything, it could be like a little bit harder. like to see diagonal and straight firewalls looked at a little bit, though. It's kind of an idea that Cobb brought up a long time ago. Just, you know, have a setting where you can't have firewall or lightning wall cast unless you're perpendicular to the enemy. So you'd only be able to cast straight walls. And if you couldn't, it's either not possible or it just kind of does an estimate which side you're aiming for. It might be wrong, but at least you'll have like a straight wall. I don't know. Not sure how that would work, but that would be something that would be kind of like a quality of life. On one hand, it's like, you know, it is harder to just be prepared and be further back so that you can get the lightning wall and firewall out. But, I don't know. It's like, people have been playing a long time and it seems to just happen to me quite a bit. And sometimes you just can't get the wall straight if there's something like a golem in the way or another player's name. It's like the reticle on your mouse just wants to highlight whatever's moving, or it prioritizes like other people. So, wouldn't mind seeing that change, but it's one of those things. It's like it's not really on anyone's hit list. It's just kind of like it's like a stash file or something. If you make it look more visually appealing, it's a nice thing, but it's really like no one's priority. No one really like. If people had to choose one thing they'd like to see, it's like that probably wouldn't be it. There is quite a bit of talk about nerfing uniques and stuff. And, you know, whether Mordor just does it as soon as he sees someone with a good unique item or a good build, so he nerfs the build. Frankly, I've never really thought, like, I sort of do because, you know, on one hand, you can't know to nerf something or really critically assess it if you don't see it used out in the field. So, like, some things you could be like, okay, if I had a ring right now that gave me plus 18 spell levels with no negative, it's like, okay, that obviously needs to be nerfed. But, you know, if you just have, like, a whole bunch of items made at the start of the game, and it's like, you have how many, like 1,000, 2,000, you got class balance, class perks you didn't know about, it's like, it's not really reasonable to have every one of those things turn out balanced, but I don't really think that, you know, Mordor would sit there and be like, yeah, let's see how people succeed. Yeah, I don't like that. That guy did pretty good. Fuck that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna nerf it. Yeah, see what you do now. Like, I think it's just like, you know, I think people have different expectations for what they expect the game to be about. You know, I've flat out seen people on the Discord say it should be, like, you should own. You should, like, wreck once you have good gear. Like, it shouldn't be a challenge. But, I don't know, there's a lot of people that would argue against that, say, you know, part of the appeal of the mod is the end game potential and is the replay value. So, I think I fall into that boat too. I will say there is... It is fun for like a day or two, a couple days, kind of like in Path of Exile. You have like a really fast moving, like crazy build or something, and you know, you thought about it a long time, you did all the number crunching, you're like, this should work, and it all pans out. You think like all your work is all like worth it, but it only really lasts a short period for me, I think. Like, sometimes there's some, like, builds in Path of Exile that were really, really fun to play, like, that you just fly around the screen. It's just really fast pace, and it's about dodging and stuff, but, well, it was only fun for about 2 or 3 days, and then after that, it was, like, just something that doesn't keep you coming back. It's like, it's fun to, like, get to that point, and everyone, I think, is addicted to... Ooh, book a teleport. Sick. is addicted in a sense to getting like progression. And I'd say that's a big pull of a lot of old games. And you see people play like really bad computer games or phone games, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you playing that? And a lot of it is really just progression, I feel like. But, you know, to play devil's advocate on myself, it's like, well, it is annoying when you're playing through, and you might be playing, say, okay, so let's be real, there's 39 classes. Not every class is going to be as good as the other class. Like, you could say that you want it to be, but it's just not realistically feasible. They could be like, they have their strengths and weaknesses. 5 mana regen. It's quite a bit of mana regen. You could say, okay, I want them to be balanced, and they might be like more or less like, at least they're all playable, but they play different ways. But I think it's just real, like some classes are going to be better than others. So when you play, say, the worst class, and you find some pretty good gear, but you still can't beat endgame content, or you can, but it's just like nowhere near how your like Gladiator went through and just destroyed everything. It's like, you know, that difference, or that like that amount of work not paying off, you know, it does bother people, and it can be annoying. So I don't know, different people like different things. Not really a right or a wrong way to think about it. part of me wonders if it's truly random when you get a situation like that, where either you find a unique item on the ground, or you know, you walk into a room with like 40 barrels and they all pop like that. It almost seems like it's too lucky to be like completely random. Like, wonder if Mortar just sets it up. It's like, I'm just gonna have like, say, 40 exploding barrels, you know, 2 items on the ground, and we'll just see where that goes. And then it just rolls. Like, are the items unique? Are the explosions right beside each other? Or if it really is like, okay, the rare item goes here, the exploding barrels do go right beside each other, all that. Get to see if we have horizons. Alright, there's level 24. Okay, 2 melee so far. It's looking pretty good. And I've got a nice little cubby hole here. Oh, nice. +1 magic. Yeah, well, I thought that was going to be the hardest boss, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. God. This guy's got some pretty good acid resistance. Or just the HP gets really high around this time, so it's hard to deal enough damage. I'm not really sure what it is. If there was a Horizon's Journal quest, it should be around the top, I'm guessing. It has a really particular look to the entrance. It's kind of like a dome, but all the pillars for it are facing downwards. Honestly, I haven't seen the quest very much. I very rarely come down to like level 24 in single player. I shouldn't say like I never do in all of single player, but you know, the amount of times you do church runs or you do catacombs or something is way higher than coming all the way down to level 24. Because even if you're going for items, usually I would just go kill the Defiler. It's faster and I kind of like the Abyss, the level layout, so... Not to mention Uber Diablo takes a way longer time to kill. Oh, $2 and 2 drops? Oh, hell yeah. Flash, I don't think I'm gonna have the power to use that ever.
I have no room.
Well, quite a bit of junk in here. Mostly potions, honestly. I had the same issue on my Iron Maiden. Too many potions of repair that I didn't really feel like using. I should just really be selling them. Uh-oh. Well, Arcane Nova, even if I don't use it on this guy, is very nice to have on my mage, so gonna have to make a pit stop for that one.
Good day. How may I serve you?
Too many potions again. Well, in a level and a half, I can hopefully just either use all these or just leave the game and bam, they're all gone. So no need to worry. And I guess I should use these repair oils. I know that it's probably more cost efficient to just go to Griswold, but honestly, I don't really care. It's nice to have them in quest situations or like in a Diablo fight, but really that's about all I need. I don't need any crazy amount of, you know, repair oils on the spot.
Good day. How may I serve you?
Greetings!
They seem to block traps pretty well compared to attacks. Now, I think that might originate from the Hell one, because even in the Hell one I know that my mage could block traps okay. But I mean, a mage has no business blocking, and it's actually a detriment when you go into a block animation that takes like half a second. I'm pretty sure it's in the patch notes, but I keep forgetting there's so much information. I think the highest block chance that you can have is just lower on the Iron Maiden, that's all. Holy cow. Oh, there's an urn right in front of the door. Well, that's kind of handy. Wow. Have to do all that again. Man, I had potions too. Really easy to just not. Ugh, I didn't save again. Well, I'm skipping it. Just being lazy, not using potions. Oh, that's a really nice sprite. Really cool. Boy. Well, considering how difficult that is for other classes, the boss himself was quite easy for this character. Well, I've got a little bit of room to work with, so far it looks like it's an okay level. Balrogs aren't good by any means, but I just have a lot of room to work with. Oh no. Not mages. Not mages, no. Okay, I'm gonna try that out a little bit. I'm gonna try and like hold my cursor over them and see if they warp. Okay, it's pretty successful at making them warp. Now I'm gonna just try and hit them without holding my cursor on them. It's pretty hard to test at normal actually, because they sometimes just don't move. Like they don't act 100% efficiently. Another Balrog boss, okay. It's weird going for every other person except the boss when they're right on you. Well, I guess I should say when they're running away from you. I do it all the time on a mage or something, or even on a melee character. Because other things are easier to kill, and there's less of them when you kill them, but it's pretty hard to run away without teleporter golems, so not really used to it. Guess I could use these runes. Might as well. They're not going to be useful for all of pretty much Purgatory, so. Oh wow. Well, that's a pretty good length for this video. Next episode, I'll go for Diablo, finish up this level, and head on to Purgatory. So, catch you guys next time.